14 years and counting, ABS-CBN Entertainment unexpectedly found themselves a steady hand in noontime after years and years of looking for one post-Wawawi. But looking back, it wasn't really an easy journey for its Showtime to be where they are now. Quite the opposite, they are one of the most storied noontime shows in Philippine TV that experienced rise and fall over and over, with the show returning again this October 24th on your TV screens. Creator and former director Bobet Vidanes pitched the concept to the bosses of ABS-CBN back in January 2009. But it was only until near the end of that year when the bosses greenlit his concept. The exact month was October 2009 and ABS-CBN's hit pre-noontime show Game Ka Na Ba was about to end. Showtime premiered on Saturday, October 24th to solid ratings, reaching 11.5%. The initial format was a group competition that can dance and sing, featuring a short introduction at the beginning before screaming "It's Showtime." The audience and judges would then rate them from 1 to 10, with the highest average winning the competition. Judges can be eliminated too, with Vice Ganda as the exception. Slowly, the show became a hit across all cylinders that on January 1st, 2010, it was registering at 15.4%. While its competitor, the final episode of the talk show Sis, was only at 5.6%. Rival Network even mimicked its format with This Is It, only to end 5 months after its premiere. But in the same month and year came its first major issue. On the January 7, 2010 episode of the show, Judge Rosana Rosas came under fire after her statements against teachers. While Vice Ganda shared a counter-argument and Rosas made a clarification, it still did not sit well with the Movie and Television Review and Classification Board, or MTRCB. The agency imposed a 20-day preventive suspension on the program. That's why you've probably remembered at one point the show was called Magpasikat and featured celebrities as contestants. This did not last long as the Court of Appeals issued a 60-day temporary restraining order against MTRCB suspension. Subsequent charges didn't also come into fruition. Months later, an overhaul was about to happen in the noontime space. Will Revillame took a leave on his show Wawawi after his issue with Jobert Sucaldito. The leave did not last long as the network decided to cancel the show and replace it with Pilipinas Win na Win, hosted by Chris Aquino and Robin Padilla. Unfortunately, after its premiere, Win na Win already experienced significant losses in viewers. On its 4th episode, it was already registering below Showtime. Nervous, the network made some changes among its hosts and time slot, allowing Showtime to play at 12 noon. In December 2010, ABS-CBN cancelled Pilipinas Win na Win and gave Showtime the entire noontime slot while the network is still building a new show. While Showtime isn't faring well either against Itbulaga, it was consistent in its performance and chatter among audiences. In February 2011, ABS-CBN launched Happy Yippee Yehey, hosted by Randy Santiago, John Estrada, Rico J. Puno, Pokwang, and Tony Gonzaga. The show premiered softly and quickly performed under Showtime in the TV ratings. The show lasted for a year before the network pulled the plug on it. Meanwhile, Vong Navarro starred in the box office hit Bulong. Ann Curtis starred in the romantic drama No Other Woman, which became the highest-grossing Filipino film of all time during that period. But that record was quickly defeated by her fellow hosts as weeks later, Vice Ganda starred in the unkabogable Private Benjamin and became the first Filipino film to reach 300 million pesos domestically. It seems like the network can find a noontime show for them, but one show has been a consistent performer and features some of the biggest talent in the country. Maybe it's time to finally give them the reign?